Okay, so now maybe about 10 or so minutes has gone by since you've registered your domain name, and you've gotten a welcome message from HostGator. And in that welcome message is going to be your web host manager login from HostGator, along with a username and along with a password. And with that, there's also going to be two name servers. It's going to say name server 1 and name server 2. Okay? You got to have that before you move on to your next step. Because what we need to do now is we need to set our name servers at GoDaddy. Okay? Let me just write that. Okay, so there's no confusion. From GoDaddy or Namecheap. Okay, we're going to set our name servers and configure it to our hosting account. So all that we have to do is we're going to go to GoDaddy. We're going to just hover over domains, and this big window is going to open up. And you're going to click on Domain Management. Okay, and they're going to want you to enter in your username and password that you just created when you just registered that new domain. Okay, if you just registered your account, there's going to be one domain in there. You're going to want to click on it, and you're going to be brought to a page that looks like this. You want to scroll down just a little bit, and it's going to say set your name servers. So what you want to do is click on that. This drop down box will come up, and what you want to say is you have specific name servers for your domain. Very important. Okay, this is very important. Don't use any of these other selected choices. Use I have specific names. And what you're going to do is you're going to just copy and paste the two name servers that you were given by HostGator. This is just copy and pasting. This is very simple. Yours is going to be different than mine. It might be NS, 1500 at website welcome. They're going to be sequential numbers. The first one's going to be one number lower than the second one. And you're going to just click on OK. And another box will come up. It says it can usually take 2 hours, but sometimes up to 48 hours. I usually find with a GoDaddy and HostGator mix that usually within an hour it should be configured properly. Okay, you're going to click OK, and then now what you want to do is you can just take a break right now, because there's nothing to do until a couple hours have passed. Wait at least an hour, and once that happens, all right, once that hour has passed, then we can start setting up our website. So we'll get right into that. We're going to assume that an hour has passed and your domain name is all set up. Okay? Real easy. I hope if you're having any problem, this is something that if you can't do that, just so long as you can sign up for your domain name, sign up for HostGator. If you cannot do this, please listen very carefully. If you cannot do this, you can easily pay someone $5 to do this at Fiverr, and I'm going to show you all how to do this when we do the live training and in the bonus videos. So if you can't do this, do not worry about it. Okay? This is something that's easily outsourced for the lowest possible price. So don't worry if you can't do this. I do want you to know though, this is as basic as the type of instruction, or this is as basic of a task that you'd have to do. So if you can't do this, you can get this outsourced easily, but you might want to at least be able to do this much, okay? Because this literally is just copying and pasting. We're finding a domain name, we're registering for hosting, and we're setting our name servers. If I'm not doing a video right here showing you how to do this, this normally would take me 5 minutes time, because you're only going to set up a hosting account once, but this is really easy. So, and if you can't do it, like I said, you'll just outsource it. So what we're going to do now is we're going to start setting up our first site. And we're going to decide, are we going to use WordPress or plain old HTML? Now, most of my sites are old style HTML. I am switching over WordPress now because it is a lot easier. It's a lot easier to make updates. It's a lot easier for a client to make changes to their site. So I used HTML because I already knew it. I knew HTML for about 10 years. I don't know HTML well, but I know how to use a program like Microsoft Front Page or Expression Web, or now I'm on a Mac and I'm using Dreamweaver, and I can basically use it. But I am switching over to WordPress. It's a lot easier to do SEO. A lot of things are easier about it. But you need to make that choice. If you're just starting out, please use WordPress. And either way, if you're going to use WordPress or plain HTML, what you need to do is you need to get yourself a template, okay? And there are so many different templates out there, both free and paid. And what you should realize is everyone does have different tastes. I personally, I like very clean and simple. That's my thing. I honestly, I like clean and simple. I don't like anything too complicated. Like this right here, this site here, this is one of my absolute favorite layouts. It's got a big banner up top, okay, that can have a big call to action area. It's got an easy to navigate layout right here horizontally. It's got a call to action or an address bar over here. This really should be a call to action. I'll show you when we modify this thing, but this is a call to action over here on the right. Just very simple, okay? The services, they're just simply laid out bulleted services. And this is the type of style that I personally like. There's lots of different styles out there, but that's something that I personally like. One of the older styles that I used to use was like Worcester Roofer. That's one of the sites that I used to use a lot. What I don't like about it is it's a hard site to adjust, kind of. I just didn't like the layout of it. But this is, once again, it's got a big area up top, has a big call to action, lays out what the services are. This has the vertical menu bar over here on the left. It's got more calls to action. I think my biggest problem with this site is the color. I do need to change over the color on this site. But like I said, I personally, I really do like this style of site a little bit better anyway. It's just a cleaner layout. To me, you might feel differently. There are lots of different free and paid templates available. Here are a couple of places that I've used before. This website right here, OSWD, it's been around for absolutely forever, but they do have a couple of clean layouts and clean designs that you can use. Like this one right here, Terra Firma. It's been around forever. A lot of people use it. It's an easy to use theme. A lot of times with themes, a free theme, you're not going to get much. You're not going to get much. But there's plenty. I mean, there's thousands out there. This is just one site. You can easily just do a site for free website templates. Okay, and oops. Free website templates, and there's thousands upon thousands of sites. A neat thing, like if you go free website templates 2011, sometimes you get more, like this one right here, 15 best free templates. And some of these templates are nicer. Sometimes these templates, though, they're very hard to adjust. Like this would be a great theme if these images were easy to change, but they're really not. So, like, same with this one or this one. Some of these themes, like this is a really nice theme. This Asalia development, that would be a nice theme to look at. Once again, if you're searching for themes, or if you don't know how to do HTML, this is something that can easily be outsourced. I mean, this is the type of thing, you find a theme, you give it to an outsourcer, he can input in your information. For paid templates, a lot of times with paid templates, you get a lot better support too. I love ThemeForest. They have both WordPress sites and regular old site templates. They have a bunch of themes in here, or templates rather, for like $6. You can sort them out. Like, I found this theme that I'm going to start using, and I'll show it to you guys. What I did was I went to Site Templates and Corporate, and then I'm going to sort it by price. Right, and I found this one right here, Mini Buzz. It's just a great little mini site theme that, you know, real easy to modify, it looks like. Very low cost. A lot of people will go ahead and, you know, get this outsourced. You can easily get this outsourced. Absolutely easily get this outsourced anywhere. But find a theme that you like. Okay, make sure that it's simple. And what we're going to do right now, and I'll give at the end of your training, everyone will get a little free template that I have that you guys can have. And I'll give that to you at the end of the... Alright, so let's set up an HTML site right quick. And in a later video, I'll set up a WordPress site, but let's go ahead and set up an HTML site so that you can see what it's like. And keep in mind, although it might seem a little bit complicated, what I am about to show you when I create this site, it is something that can be outsourced for like $5 to $20. So don't worry if this all seems complicated to you.